you see that? Your face is all like, oh. Do not obey. Ooh. Stay woke. Peace.
Time. Paranormal Chicago activity, more specifically my house and a portal that I used to play in, and how I had to fight off gnomes for jewelry that they were stealing. Right off the rip, I need you to understand my house is old. Like old. In Chicago, there is a little community called Chatham. In Chatham, we have these things called historic bungalows. Those are our houses. Those houses are literally hundreds of years old at this point in time. Back in the day when I was a shorty, it was already pushing 100 and some change. And we talking about in the early 90s. There's 3 portals in my house. One portal is in the basement. Y'all already know I'm blacker than black. You ain't got to worry about that, because who the fuck finna go in the basement and be rooting around? Not I, said the cat. There was a literal line drawn on our basement floor. There was one time that I crossed it and I heard growling. We ain't have a dog down there. You ain't got to worry about me coming back. You ain't got to worry about me. The second portal was in my mama and my daddy room. They had their own private enclosed back porch, and it had a closet in it. That's where I met Lily, and she used to take me to a fairy playground. I absolutely loved it. The third portal was in the hallway closet across the hall from my grandma. That's where I had to fight the gnome. I told y'all before, vampires are scary, gnomes are terrifying. They're shapeshifters. They can be big, they can be small, they can be little, they can be fat, they can anything. Whatever they want, they can do it. Now, apparently, these gnomes are attracted to riches. And my grandma had the riches, okay? She had them. She had a drawer full of jewelry. And I mean like all kind of jewelry. Costume jewelry, real jewelry. It didn't, like, y'all, she had gaudy pieces, little dainty pieces, masculine pieces, like, Granny had jewelry. And the reason why is because I think it was payment for her healing people in different ways, but you know, she ain't never really say. Now, me being me, I used to love playing in this jewelry. However, at one point in time, my grandma told me that I could not play in the jewelry because it was going to come up missing, either by my hands or somebody else's. I thought she was talking about my crackhead ass auntie. My mama's sister, fuck that bitch. Well, she used to steal every goddamn thing. Go figure, she wasn't even talking about her. My grandma didn't really put hands on me. Every now and then she'd threaten me with a switch, but she didn't really put no hands on. However, I distinctly remember this one time I was playing in her jewelry. She was supposed to be at work. That woman got off early, came home. She seen me playing in that jewelry. That woman wore me out. She kept on saying, how you know something not watching you? How you know something not watching you? And I literally said, Auntie is not here. No one is watching me. I've been here by myself this whole time. I'm fine. She didn't say who was watching me. She said what was watching me, and I ain't pay attention to that. 3 days later, I'm playing in our living room, and it's nobody in the house. All of the adults are outside. My granny room is directly above me. I hear something in her room, but I know for a fact no one is up there. So here I go, trying to be Harriet the Spy. Shout out to the 90s. And I'm creeping up the stairs. I get to the last stair, and I put my eye over the last step. You know what I'm talking. Y'all, I fucking seen them. Oh my God. They little. Like the little green soldiers on Toy Story, but they ugly. They ugly like the little goblins in the bank on Harry Potter. They ugly. And they stink, smelling like gym socks and buttered popcorn, and it's just the weirdest smell in the world. I'm watching them take my grandma jewelry and go to the hallway closet. My brain instantly went into, you got me fucked up. I'm not finna get an ass whooping because of you. Because who gonna believe that little green goblin stole my grandma jewelry? No, she gonna come upstairs, see her shit missing, and just know that it was my yellow ass playing in her jewelry and I done misplaced it somewhere. I got to work on these little motherfuckers. Baby, I'm snatching jewelry left and fucking. Thanks to my grandma brother, I already know that gremlins and trolls and stuff like little stuff like that, they can take things, but they can't take it if it's actually on you. So I'm snatching jewelry and putting it on, clipping it on, anything. If I could put it on my person, I know that it's good. I got 4 of them biting my left ankle. 2 of them is pulling my right foot back so I can fall. A couple of them is crawling up my goddamn back. The battle of a fucking century. And something out the corner of my eye made me look over. Guess what I see? I see that it's 4 of these little fuckers who has this big, heavy white box. I know what's in the heavy white box. And my stomach hit the floor. My grandmother had pure gold jewelry. It is a 24-inch chain that had this beautiful raw pearl pendant on it. It had hoop earrings that had the same pearls on it. It had a ring in there that had the same pearls. And it had these thick ass bangles. Listen, this box is heavy. I know the box is heavy because it's solid, pure gold jewelry. And just for a second, like, can we just stop and think, like, why would a woman on the south side of Chicago have pure, solid gold jewelry? How did a woman on the south side of Chicago acquire pure, solid gold jewelry? Questions I can't get answers to because my grandma decided to die. Anywho's, the gnomes see them with the damn box. They get to screeching trying to take off. No, hell no, you not taking that, because eventually it's gonna be in my possession when I get old enough. They dive into in the front of the closet is nothing but bags of clothing and cans, like aluminum soda cans. And we're gonna get into that in a hot second. They dive in, I dive. When I dive in, I get stuck. But I'm in a whole different world. And them itty bitty little gnomes, they big as fuck. I am terrified, but they not taking this box out my hand. I'm screaming. My uncle come out his room. His room is a little ways down from that the little clock. What the fuck? Wait, get out of there. I'm screaming, put me out. My uncle get to screaming my grandma now. I hear her running through the house and up the stairs. I don't know what the hell she said in a different language, but I know that something let me go. Me and my uncle come flying back through my grandma's room. She look at me dripping in jewels and shit, ready to whoop my ass. Why do she got a switch in her hand already? She instantly gets to swinging. She swinging so wild and crazy that she whooping my uncle ass. Now I'm trying to tell her what the hell happened. She ain't listening to shit. Snatched every piece of jewelry off my ass and sent me back down the stairs. Told me to go to my room. I can't come out for 3 hours. My grandma say, don't look at me like that. I ain't telling her nothing. She ain't ready yet. My uncle said, you got to do something, because the next time, what's gonna happen? That happened when I was 8. My grandmother didn't fully explain to me what happened until I was 18. I asked her why from that day I couldn't never see him again. And she said because she did a lot of warding and protecting, which is the reason why we couldn't go to Miss Tut's house. Go figure, Miss Tut kept the gnomes at her house to keep them away from the kids. Because even though I was the only child, every kid in the neighborhood was always at my house. Yeah, so gnomes and portals in my house. The next one is about a portal that went to a fairy world where I played with my best friend Lily.